could actually reprogram your mind and shift your attitude such that, for example, when you go to the office and all the co-workers there are passing around a giant box of free donuts that the boss has brought in and picking out on those, you might want to pick out on one of those donuts too. But you also know, in the back of your mind, this is not healthy for you. It's not good for you. You're probably going to feel bad after you eat it in an hour, and you're probably going to regret it the next day, so forth. You can feel better relinquishing that donut than all your co-workers combined will feel eating that donut. There's a certain mature joy that comes from renouncing something unhealthy, and conversely, there's a certain joy that comes from consuming something healthy. Health as a value. And by health, I don't just mean your physical body or like to not be fat. I mean health in like a spiritual way. To have an attitude of following up with health is not just to not eat the donut because you're not going to like how you look in the mirror because you're going to be too fat. It goes way deeper than that. I have the confusion within me. And we're talking about not just the food you put in your body, not just the way that you exercise, but also the way you communicate with other people. Is that healthy? Are your relationships healthy? When most people want to lose weight, they're like, Martin, give me 3 quick steps for how to lose weight for my wedding that's coming up. This is completely the wrong approach. The right approach is to develop this attitude of reverence towards life and to yourself and your mind, to the point where you don't want to poison yourself with bad food. Because you see how this is going to damage not just your body in the short term, it's going to damage your mind, your brain, your ability to think, their ability to be creative. It's going to reduce your ability to be mindful and to concentrate and to maintain focus. And you're so conscious of that it's easy for you to say no to the donut in that cause. You're not even tempted in that case. That's the depth of the attitude you need to have to build an amazing life. To fall in love with life. See how much you're respecting yourself in this case. Why would you live in such an artless way of just stuffing yourself like a pig with donuts just because your boss brought them in? It's like, yeah, Martin, but they're free. Yeah, but like how little respect must you have for yourself to stuff your mouth with poison? Conversely, you could go to your local market and buy some organic fruit drink or fresh fruits or some vegetables or go do some juicing at home. Yeah, that's going to cost you a bit more. It's going to take more effort. It's not going to be as popular as eating the donuts with the friends at work. But see, when you go and you say no to the donuts and you go to the grocery store instead and you drink a healthy celery juice or something like that instead, there's a higher level joy you can get out of that. But that's not something that comes straight from the celery juice. It's not like you're going to drink that celery juice and it's going to be like, oh yeah, it's as good as a donut. No, it's not as good as a donut if all you're doing is just comparing the raw pleasure of a donut versus a celery juice. But what you can do is you can program your mind with this attitude, this larger respect and purpose that you have in life, that by fulfilling on your purpose and by sacrificing and honoring this larger purpose, that connects with your spirituality, you can get a deeper high, sort of a mental high, a spiritual high from executing on those healthy activities that you know you need to execute on, versus eating that donut, the pleasure of eating that donut. The thing with the donut is that you can give it a donut to an idiot, and the idiot will still enjoy its taste because it's like a direct hit on your pleasure tongue receptors, so to speak. Whereas with the celery juice, it doesn't work that way. It's not that same. In fact, when you're drinking a celery juice, it tastes a little bit gross. So why would anyone ever drink it? Well, because there's a higher overriding value of health. And what you're really getting pleasure from is not from the celery juice, but from the health that you know the celery juice is providing to you. But that requires extra mental construction. You have to know what you're living for. You have to have a vision of health. Because health is a long-term thing. It's also a much broader thing than just the food you eat. When you have a very high-level abstract and proper understanding of health, that isn't just based on particular foods, but it's a sort of a whole attitude towards life. Then what you can do is you can create a sort of a synergy. Like the celery juice you drink instead of the donut that you could have eaten, and then the exercise you do, the yoga exercise you do instead of just sitting on the couch all day or at the computer, and then the healthy corporations that you apply with your resume to versus the unhealthy ones that you avoid, and so forth. This all interconnects together. And then, when you're executing on all of that successfully, this gives you the deepest fulfillment you can get in life. This is real happiness. It's sustained, you feel great about yourself, you feel great about your life, you have high self-esteem, you feel strong.